I'm your anchor. I told you you're my pole. Through the wind and fire, we try to hold on. We build this ship together, searching for a home. Despite the storm that hit us, we're still on board.
What's up, buddy?
Welcome to Alaska.
Thanks. All right, after about 8 hours of flying from Austin, made it to Alaska. Got Chris back there, we got Kevin right here. And what are we gonna do now?
We're gonna take a little Lake Hood tour.
Biggest float plane base in the world.
That's right.
In the world?
In the
world.
Wow.
Your mind is about to be blown.
Busiest seaplane base. You've never seen anything like this.
No, I certainly have not. Right now, is it really 10:14?
Oh,
it's
yes.
10:14 at night, 22:14. It's daylight. I'm gonna be so messed
You've
up.
got about 2 more hours of this, and then I was up at 4:30 this morning and it looked just like this.
Dude.
So, yeah.
My mind's blown already.
I've been in Alaska for half an hour and I'm already blown away by not only the scenery, but just how light it still is even after 10 p.m. The sun still hasn't set yet, and Kevin and Chris are taking me over to Lake Hood to show me around and take advantage of the golden light from the low sun. Normally, I'm rushing to get as many shots as possible before sunset because it happens quickly, but not here. Sunsets seem to go on for upwards of an hour or more, and this is one of the many things that makes the state of Alaska so unique. And I cannot wait for the adventures Chris and I have ahead of us during my 2.5-week stay here in Alaska. Welcome to part 1.
Today is a beautiful day. We've got like a broken overcast, high overcast. So this is gonna be perfect for doing a little bit of flying. We're gonna fly up to Talkeetna, Alaska, which is, it's like a village kind of, or a little town, right?
It is, yeah, it's a little town. The mayor is a cat.
That's awesome. That's my kind of town, man. We're in Anchorage right now, and we're gonna pick up one of your friends, right?
Yep, Dushan, he flies for Cathay, and yeah, he'll bomb up with us. He kind of comes in for like 48 hours, so he really loves Alaska. Like, he's even into dog mushing and stuff. He just loves everything Alaska.
We're just kind of going with the flow. Driving over to Lake Hood, where 2-3 Uniform is parked, and we're gonna get the airplane ready, go over to a neighboring airport, pick up Dushan, and we'll be ready, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Man, here we go.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Welcome to Alaska. November 2423 Uniform. I've seen this airplane in so many of Chris's videos. Is it clean?
No.
A recent post I made on Instagram was, a 172 is a bush plane. Changed my mind, right? Look at this. If you know how to use the airplane, then it can do more than you think. There's just activity all over the place. There's a 206 taxiing back here. There's a 185 back there. And everybody's waving. This is truly, it's like the aviation state. It's awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah, especially right here. This is kind of a mecca, but yeah, I mean, once we start accessing the backcountry and stuff, it's going to be...
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be the name of the game for the next few weeks.
That is awesome. So yeah, we're going to go over to Merrill where there's a bigger paved runway. We're a little bit more comfortable going in there, picking up Dushan, our the third person that's going to be in the airplane, and then we'll have plenty of room to take off, land, and it's just overall, we can easily make it out of this gravel strip, right? You just don't really want to.
On paper, yeah.
On paper, yeah. But that's the name of the game, though. We're going to play it safe. So we're going to fuel up, and then we'll be out of here.
Beacon is here at the strobes.
Okay.
And you know the rest.
All right.
Oil pressure's over here, and tack is here.
Sweet. There! I'll adopt it. I'll take
I
it.
love it, man.
Delta 23 uniform, I turn out to Merrill's approved, runway 32, cleared for takeoff.
Third takeoff, 32, 2423 uniform, thanks.
Alright, we're clear. We're gonna hug the right side here.
Yep.
On tower frequency.
Get that power in already and just come around the corner. You don't have to really be lined up with center line too much.
Like a shower.
There you go. Board on.
Tango's ready to go west.
There you go.
Northbound.
And just fly it.
Alright.
Sir, that's Susitna 902 Alpha Tango, west cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Number 2 Alpha Tango.
Yep, a little bit more. Okay, ground effect. Just trust it. Just trust it. Just build up your energy.
Oh yeah, it feels good.
Okay, good. Yeah, it'll be fine. You've already got it made.
Nice.
See, but that with another full-grown man on board, that's why I'm like, nah, it's a little tight.
Yeah, that is a little tight.
So you can turn out right to the right, and you're gonna go right of the buildings on the city,
Okay.
and Merrill's right over there.
Sweet. We'll just maintain 80, keep the ball in the center.
Good. So the runway's running this way. It's runway 34. Sorry, go straight here. We're on a left base with 34.
I need you to fly towards Malden.
Is that the little runway right there?
Go to Northern Lights.
So there's a 27 runway, the big one. We're on a shorter one that's right here. It's just on the other side of those buildings. It starts on top of that hill, just by us here.
Uniform, enter left base, runway 34, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land, 34, 2423 uniform. So you can start to set up for landing.
I think Romeo will clamp to short.
So the runway's on this side of the airplanes.
Yeah, you see it there? Down,
972, follow Cessna left base, beam Providence, runway 25, clear to land.
Another
Cartier
notch here.
space is active, remain west of Costco. Yeah, Roger, 97 Zulu, and I'd be happy with 34 if you'd like.
Traffic's clear.
Copy 97 Zulu, 25 works good at this point. Whatever works for you. Continue westbound on Northern Lights Boulevard, and westbound, you just pass Northern Lights, just continue westbound, remaining clear of the car T.
Anywhere between 70 and 80, you'll be nice and comfortable and fine.
Okay.
The shorty, though.
November 774, fly westbound now along Northern Lights, or just south of Northern Lights, please.
Flying westbound on Northern Lights.
No Tower 98354 is over Moose Mountain, Romeo. I'm sorry, calling Tower, say again? Scott 98354 is over Moose Mountain with Romeo. That's 98354, Mount Tower.
We'll exit to the right.
Then report
Let's keep rolling out. This next
Fort
time.
Totem 354.
Flaps are up.
November 23 uniform, turn right at November and kind of ground 121.7.
21-7, 23 uniform, right at November.
The fastest 2 minutes of flying. Jeez. That was your first time flying the plane.
That was my first
you
time,
just
yeah.
nailed it.
Well, I mean, it's a 172. They all, like, virtually fly the same.
True. This one's just a little bit more draggy with the big wheels.
Oh,
but
it felt great, though.
yeah.
And the takeoff was nothing like, you know, I could see where somebody unfamiliar with it would get intimidated by the trees coming
yeah.
up. But it was like halfway through the takeoff roll, I could feel our acceleration, and I looked at the trees, I was like, oh, we got it.
Yep.
We got
yep.
it. Just be patient, and it'll come off your
Gotta
ground.
be
And it did.
patient.
So, anyways, good stuff.
Here's the airport puppy. Hey, it's okay. We did good. How are you?
Little airport puppy. You're a horse.
How much do you weigh?
Me?
Yeah.
Too much.
Helicopter 99605, Merrill Tower, Roger. And report over Tudor bus bounce, Alaska.
Alright,
Tudor bus bar
set.
next, helicopter 99605.
Airspeed's alive, engine's green.
That's good. We'll just be patient.
Lots of patience, yep.
No Tower 902, so I'm ready to go to that.
There's 60 miles an hour.
317, Merrill Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff. Unable deviation. Wind 290 at 5, and the Cessna Airborne off 25, also northwestbound.
Clear to go 25, 317.
Amphib 19 Romeo, one more Cessna's taking the runway for
There you
departure.
go, and Ship Creek is this
no
little
delay traffic about base.
little valley here to the right, so we'll go right of the buildings.
Okay.
Okay, 23 uniform, traffic 12 o'clock and 2 miles currently northwest on 2,400, another Skyhawk.
Yep, we've been watching him 2-3 uniform, thank you.
Okay, 705, traffic 8 o'clock and a mile northbound 2,500, Skyhawk has you in sight. Deck 23 uniform, there's traffic 12 to 1 o'clock, about 15 miles off direction indicating 1,800, contact anchor center 125, pressure 133.7, 33.7.
33-7, 2423 uniform, thank you. Anchor Center, Skyhawk 2423 uniform, 2,500.
November 2423 uniform, Anchor Center, Talkeetna altimeter 29990.
23 uniform, thanks.
And November 2423 uniform, traffic 11 o'clock and 1 to 3 miles, opposite direction, altitude 1,800.
23 uniform, we'll be looking.
We continued flying north VFR towards Talkeetna, following the Susitna River, which we'll get to stand on the banks of once we get to Talkeetna. We were hoping we would get a great view of Denali to the north of Talkeetna, but the poor visibility prevented that, and we later found out it was due to a huge fire south of Anchorage, and we'll fly over that fire in part 2. It didn't take long at all before we spotted the Talkeetna airstrip, and we set up for a right downwind to a full stop.
Talkeetna traffic, Skyhawk 23 uniform, midfield right downwind, runway 19er, landing.
Alright, slowing, a little bit of nose up trim, waiting on the wide arc. There's the wide arc, notch 1.
Talkeetna traffic, Skyhawk 23 uniform, turn and base, runway 19er, Talkeetna.
Alright, let's get a little bit nose up trim
You can do
there.
more flaps too if you want.
Yeah, I'm
30
going
or
to here in
whatever you
just a
want.
second. I think that's a good spot. Full flaps. Coming down about 75, 70.
This boy knows how to fly.
I try to act like it at least.
Yeah, you do.
You know I'm not a pilot, right?
And 23 uniform, clearing at Delta, Talkeetna traffic.
I was kind of trying to do a short field.
You did fantastic. Like, that's exactly what you need to do.
Okay, cool. I was trying to plan it on the numbers.
Yep, you did great.
Alright, flaps are up, and the carb heat's in. Lean the mixture a little bit.
Cool.
Keep the engine from dying.
Talkeetna traffic, Civic up 612 Lima, turning right base, runway 19 Talkeetna.
Welcome to Talkeetna, Alaska.
Alright, so we survived the flight.
Barely. He was flying.
Yeah, barely. So we made it to Talkeetna, and we're going to walk into town, I suppose, find some food, right?
100%. Straight, direct to food.
Clear direct lunch.
Yes.
So we're going to, hey, there's an Isuzu Trooper. I got one of those. So we're going to find some food and look at the sights, take some pictures, take some video, and just take our time. We're on no schedule, and we're here to have some fun, right?
Amen. Sure are.
All right, we're going to walk into town.
On the walk into town, Chris showed us the Talkeetna Cemetery, which you really wouldn't know is here unless you were looking for it. It's a very quiet and serene cemetery between the airstrip and the town, tucked away in the tall, dense trees.
We call it the pilot graveyard, but it's just the Talkeetna Cemetery. There are a few pilots buried here. I think there's a B-17 pilot down here that we'll see in a minute. Just kind of unique. It's not like your regular plotted cemetery. Kind of some bent props here and there. Kind of neat. 8th Air Force B-17 pilot, 86th Bomb Group, 337th Squadron.
We continued our walk into the small town of Talkeetna, Alaska to grab something to eat, explore a little bit, and take a closer look at the Susitna River.
This is the mighty Susitna River. Just the Susitna, but I don't know. Everyone calls their river mighty. but it's glacial runoff from Denali National Park. Goes from here down to Cook Inlet, where we took off from.
What do you think, Chris?
Cheers.
After doing some walking around in the town, we headed down to the lake to see one of Chris's longtime friends, Don Lee.
They're losing their coat this time of year. Homer, sit. Sit, Homer. Come on, sit. Open. Good boy. That's his trick that he does. Cappy, here. Cappy, he can't see very good because he's getting so fat blind. They're my buddies.
Don is a true pioneer in Alaskan bush flying. He runs Alaska floats and skis out of his backyard. In the summer, he puts his airplanes on floats and offers seaplane instruction and ratings. And in the winter, he swaps the floats for skis and teaches flying on skis. The vibe at Don's place is unreal. His dogs are roaming around enjoying themselves, the pilots are coming in and out, chatting with each other and the CFIs, a big deck overlooking the dock and the lake. It's totally unreal. The feeling at Don's place was in fact too much for Duchamp, and he gave in and had to indulge in this whole Alaska float experience. Sarah is one of Don's CFIs at Alaska Floats and Skis, and she accepted the task of putting this 747 pilot in the left seat of a Piper Pacer on floats to show him how it's done.
How was it?
Awesome. I suck at flying small planes, but maybe I'll figure it out someday. Again. I was sick. It was amazing. Can't believe it actually happened. Freaking 10 years after I started flying. Get into a float finally. Pretty sick.
Well, watching Duchamp take an intro flight definitely lit the fire in me to pursue my seaplane rating. I think it just knocked that to the top of my list, in fact. For now, we're gonna go head back to the Talkeetna airstrip and make our way back to Anchorage, and that's where we'll leave part 1. This was my first full day in Alaska, and it's already been an amazing time. Between the scenery and the seemingly endless hours of daylight, this is an amazing playground for pilots. In part 2, we fly back to Lake Hood, where I make my first short approach and landing in 2-3 uniform on gravel. We have some pizza by the seaplane runway, and and then Chris and I taxi over to Anchorage International to depart off their big runway with all my gear and luggage, bound for Chris's town of Homer, Alaska. We departed Anchorage around 11 p.m. and had decent light the entire duration of the 1.5-hour flight down to Homer, and the scenery was nothing short of stunning, and I cannot wait to see it in broad daylight. If you liked this video, then definitely hit that like button. I release videos once a week, so do subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on those notifications to be notified when part 2 of this Alaska series is released. Go give Chris a subscribe on his YouTube channel and a follow at his Instagram page at Angle of Attack. He's entirely the reason this series is happening, and he's a very talented photographer and filmmaker. Until next time, I want you to stay happy, stay healthy, stay current, and of course stay proficient, and we'll see you in part 2.